He was once mocked as a YouTuber with more controversies than credentials. But today, Jake Paul stands among the most powerful disruptors in entertainment and sports. As of now, the 28-year-old is a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, pro boxer, and media mogul with an estimated net worth of $100 million. He's fought legends like Mike Tyson, built a men's care empire sold in major retailers, and co-founded a betting platform shaking up sports media. But behind the viral knockouts, diss tracks, and podcast soundbites lies a story of calculated chaos, relentless reinvention, and the pursuit of legacy. Early life. Jake Joseph Paul was born on January 17, 1997, in Cleveland, Ohio, and raised in Westlake, a peaceful suburb that would soon be too small for his colossal ambitions. His mother, Pamela and Stepnick, was once a nurse and later a YouTuber herself, while his father, Gregory Allen Paul, was a realtor with a knack for welding and adrenaline sports. Jake's older brother, Logan Paul, was his partner in crime, and later, a fierce competitor in the influencer space and boxing ring. Together, the Paul brothers helped define a generation of internet chaos. Jake attended Westlake High School, where he played football and wrestled, a sport that laid the groundwork for his athleticism in the ring. Early on, he toyed with dreams of joining the Navy SEALs, but by 17, he dropped those ambitions and school entirely to chase fame in Los Angeles. Personal life. As of 2025, Jake Paul is not married, but he's engaged to Dutch Olympic speed skater Jutta Leerdam, one of the world's fastest women on ice. Their love story began in 2023 and blossomed both on social media and in public appearances. In March 2025, Jake proposed, and she said yes. They do not have children yet, but their relationship is heavily featured in Jake's podcast, BS with Jake Paul, and the Netflix docuseries Countdown. Paul vs. Tyson, offering fans an intimate look into their bond. Jake was raised in a Christian household, and though he no longer wears his faith on his sleeve, he still credits his upbringing for grounding him during public controversies. Outside the ring, Jake is an entrepreneurial whirlwind. He co-founded the sports betting platform Bet, launched the men's personal care brand W, and hosts a high-performing podcast where he interviews fighters, influencers, and celebrity guests, often stirring headlines with his unfiltered takes. Professional career. Vine and YouTube fame. Jake Paul's career exploded in 2013 when he began posting 6-second prank videos on Vine. Within a few years, he amassed over 5 million followers and 2 billion loops before the platform's demise. Sensing a bigger stage, he pivoted to YouTube in 2014, launching vlogs, challenges, rap songs, and skits that earned him over 20 million subscribers by 2025. His 2017 anthem, It's Everyday Bro, a viral rap hit criticized and loved in equal measure, cemented his notoriety in the digital world. Disney, Team 10, and controversies. Jake's Disney Channel role on Bizaardvark introduced him to mainstream audiences, but behind the scenes, he was building something else. Team 10, a creative house of influencers that doubled as a personal brand empire. It was chaotic, controversial, and, at times, legally problematic, leading to Jake being dropped by Disney in 2017 following public complaints about wild parties at his rented Los Angeles mansion. The boxer emerges. In 2018, Jake Paul shocked critics by entering the boxing world, beginning with a white-collar bout against Deji Olatunji. What started as a novelty quickly turned into a serious pursuit. Jake turned professional in 2020 and went on an unbeaten streak, defeating fellow influencers and ex-MMA stars like Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, twice, and Anderson Silva. In 2023, he finally suffered his first loss against Tommy Fury, but the setback only sharpened his focus. By 2025, Jake had reclaimed dominance with wins over Nate Diaz, August 2023, Andre August, December 2023, Ryan Borland, March 2024, and Mike Perry, July 2024. But his crowning achievement? Defeating the legendary Mike Tyson in a sanctioned fight on November 15, 2024, in Arlington, Texas. Though Tyson was 58, the bout drew over 80,000 fans and generated the biggest U.S. boxing gate outside Las Vegas. Jake won via unanimous decision, silencing doubters once again. As of August 2025, his pro record stands at 12 wins, 1 loss, with 7 knockouts, a stat line that even longtime critics now take seriously. Business ventures. Jake Paul is more than a fighter. He's a businessman with a sharp nose for disruption. Most Valuable Promotions, MVP. Founded with former UFC CFO Nakisa Bidarian, MVP manages fighters like Amanda Serrano and promotes Jake's own fights. The company co-headlined the first ever women's boxing event at Madison Square Garden in 2022. Anti-Fund. In 2021, Jake launched this venture capital fund focused on early-stage startups. Anti-Fund has backed companies like Simplebet and Anduril, giving Jake tech industry cred. Betcher. This mobile betting and media platform combines social video with real-time micro-betting on sports, part TikTok, part FanDuel. Since its launch in 2022, Betr has grown rapidly and signed sponsorship deals with fighters and influencers. W. Men's grooming brand. Launched in mid-2024 and backed by over $14 million in funding. W is Jake's wellness brand, selling deodorant, body wash, and skincare in Walmart and Kroger nationwide. House tour and car collection. Jake Paul lives like a rock star and makes no apologies for it. His current home is a $13 million mansion in Puerto Rico, which he's dubbed Taj Mahal. This palatial estate features 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a custom gym and boxing ring, infinity pool, elevator, game room, private screening theater, and 6-car garage. His car collection is equally jaw-dropping. Ferrari SF90 Spider, $600,000. Lamborghini Huracan EVO, $250,000. Ferrari 296 GTB, $340,000. Rolls-Royce Phantom, $500,000. Tesla Cybertruck, customized. Ford Fairlane Skyliner, vintage classic. And Maybach S680, luxury flagship. And when land gets boring, Jake flies in his private jet, often documented on Instagram mid-flight with luxury meals and designer outfits. Jake Paul's college journey never happened because it didn't have to. After leaving Westlake High School at age 17, Jake skipped the traditional path in favor of real-world hustle. While critics long dismissed him as uneducated, his business success and influence over media, boxing, and digital culture has earned him invitations to speak at Harvard Business School and on global business podcasts. In his own words, "I didn't go to college. I built one, and it's called YouTube." As of August today, Jake Paul is alive, healthy, and thriving. There is no cause of death to report. If anything, his career is experiencing a second wind, with rumors swirling of another mega fight before year's end, possibly even a world title shot. Jake Paul's rise has been anything but conventional. What began as teenage internet chaos evolved into a media empire powered by charisma, conflict, and carefully calculated reinvention. From Vine stardom to headlining against boxing legends, from cringy diss tracks to legitimate sports disruption, Jake has defied the odds, silenced critics, and rewritten what it means to be a modern-day celebrity. Today, he's not just a problem child. He's a main event, a multi-millionaire, and a new kind of mogul. One punch, one podcast, and one product at a time.